Hi, my name is David Ramos, and this is Attorney Talk. So, if you're stopped by a police officer, um, that means they have had to have developed what is called reasonable suspicion that you might be, uh, there's some articulable facts that you were committing a crime or violating a statute or a law or a city ordinance or something of the sort that is particular to you and your acts. And at that point, that means they can approach you, they can ask you to talk to them, they can quote unquote detain you temporarily, and they have the right to ask for your identification, for your ID. They have the right to ask to see who you are, and you're supposed to give them your ID to prove your identification, or you're supposed to just give them your name and date of birth. That way they can run it in their system and verify that you are who you say you are. Now, if you don't, if you refuse to give them your identification, if you refuse to give them your name and your date of birth altogether, then at that point you could be charged with what is called failure to ID, failure to identify. And if you just plainly refuse and refuse and refuse, it could be a ticket, a Class C infraction, not a penal offense. Now, if you give them your ID and everything's fine, you don't have warrants, you're not being looked, you're not a fugitive, you're not being looked by the law, and everything's okay, and they're not going to give you a ticket either way, then you're on your merry way. If you give them a false name, if you tell them a different name or give them a different date of birth, then you might be charged with what is called failure to ID, but now it's a Class B misdemeanor, which is a penal offense in which you could be arrested for. If the person that is being asked, the person detained and is being asked for their ID, gives them a false name or a false date of birth, and that person has a warrant or is a fugitive or has absconded from the law one way or another, then you could be charged with a Class A failure to ID. So that's three levels of penalty in the law. Class C being a ticket, and Class B being one of the lowest penal offenses and when it comes to misdemeanors, and then Class A, which is the highest one. The last two can be arrestable offenses, and that's the distinction between not giving your name, not identifying yourself, or identifying yourself falsely when properly and legally